This is a part of tragic history that no Chinese person should ever forget. The invaders tied captured civilians outdoors in temperatures below -30 degrees. Their arms were exposed completely to the freezing air. To make the freezing process faster, the soldiers scooped ice water from beneath thick layers of ice and slowly poured it over the woman's arms. Still conscious at the beginning, the woman screamed endlessly as the ice water instantly froze her skin. As time passed, layers of ice began to form all over her arms. Even after she lost consciousness, the soldiers continued pouring water without any mercy. After 10 long hours, the woman was finally taken back into the laboratory, where Japanese medical students were already gathered to observe the experiment. The military doctor instructed her to place her frozen hands into water, then released hot steam into it. This was called the severe frost injury experiment. At -35 degrees and 10 hours of freezing, the woman's arms became horrifying when taken out of the water. Yet the officers continued with their cruel tests despite her agonizing screams. This tragic chapter should never be forgotten. But what people do not realize is that these inhumane experiments were only the beginning. Next, the invaders performed rapid freezing experiments at -196 degrees. Such experiments were common in Unit 31. They then carried out negative pressure experiments where captured civilians were locked inside airtight chambers. Air was continuously pumped out as pressure dropped. The bodies of the victims began to swell horribly under the extreme vacuum. In a secret military meeting, Japanese officers even boasted shockingly that they had bred more than 3 million plague-carrying rats and produced hundreds of kilograms of infected fleas, enough to wipe out entire human populations. Fortunately, their early attempts failed due to high temperatures destroying the infected fleas inside metal bombshells. But soon the commander Shiro Ishii came up with a new idea, and low-temperature ceramic plague bombs were developed. The first test subjects were again innocent Chinese civilians tied in the testing fields. When the bombs exploded, flesh and blood scattered everywhere and the screams filled the air. These horrifying events were not the end. The cruelty escalated further. A young boy was about to die, though he had no idea. The soldiers pretended to play with him and asked him to remove his clothes, then signaled him to lie on the operating table. They covered his face with a towel soaked in anesthetic, and he quickly lost consciousness. But what followed was not a medical treatment. This was the live dissection room of Unit 731, where the boy's